Liquids turn to ban. Dire team ban. Liquids turn to ban. Dire team ban. Liquids turn to pick.
Dusk.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Crystal Maiden.
Monkey King.
Liquids turn to pick.
I speak for the trees.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Liquids turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Bat Rider!
Liquids turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Visage.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Imber Spirit.
Liquid's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Templar Assassin.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Liquid's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Weaver.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining.
Morphling.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Зрители нам сейчас не сказали еще пока предикшн. Предикшены на этот матч IG Liquid, Ярослав за Liquid 2-1, также Image за Liquid 2-1, Габлак за Liquid 2-1 и за IG у нас Red и Давайте будем переходить в зал для того, чтобы наблюдать за этим потрясающим зрелищем.
Thank you very much, Paul, and indeed a very warm welcome to you this morning, coming live from Kiev. I'm Odie Pixel here with Cinderin, and we have got quite the series on our hands. Team Liquid up against Invictus Gaming. The drafts are complete. This could be some next level stuff. This is arguably the strongest team from China against one of the strongest from Europe. It's going to be crazy.
It's an interesting matchup for sure. I would say arguably Team Liquid looked pretty shaky for 1.5 of their 3 games yesterday. IG probably also didn't bring out their best form either. So Liquid picked it up really, really well, especially during their 3rd game of the series. So if they can keep carrying that momentum in, that's good. IG obviously had a great start to the group stage, went 4-0 in their first 4 games, and then started looking a little bit less on their A game, but now that we're at the main event, this is where things go down. Their series against Mouse Sports looked pretty solid overall. They did lose a game. I think Mouse Sports played a great game there and had a good draft. This one,
Yeah, whose draft do you like, Sid?
I think Liquid can play this game pretty fast with their heroes in comparison to what we've seen in some of their other games. I've been criticizing them for being fairly greedy. Then yesterday, I really liked their 3rd game draft when they had the Lycan, or was it the day before yesterday? I can't even remember. Might have been yesterday. Everything blends together at this point. But it seems Liquid have kicked up the pace a little bit of on their drafts. It's still very late game oriented with like these 3 cores in Templar, Assassin, Weaver, and Furion in this case. But there just seems to be more pacing going in. And IG have maybe slowed down a little overall. This time they're playing a Burning Morphling. They love farming on him, so as far as that goes, it's good.
For sure, one lane, XXS, was looking to make the bullet. Chased down by GH. Also Kuroki coming around for the sidelines as well. We'll see if XXS can get far enough away.
He can TP.
If they get the shards blocked to close the gap for Kuroki to get in, they may just have enough damage to bring him down. XXS, yeah, there's no escape for him, and that'll be your first blood. GH and Kuro giving him the rundown, and could not quite get himself back to safety there, XXS.
Did GH not use shards until then a single time? He didn't even use it earlier?
I believe he didn't. Yeah,
very nice play there. Because
held right onto it.
I was looking at the battleground. He has a TP. When you generally go for this pull, you have a TP with you, and then in case you get caught, you can just TP out. Oh, wait a second.
Look at this, straight to mid. Yeah, GH with the 2nd use of the shards coming in. Can they chase this one down? The shrine's available. It's a very, very risky play, and indeed they will back up. So OP will just survive. Will be forced to use that shrine very early on, though, of course. And GH already making some big moves.
Yeah, this is a great play, the first kill on the Bat Rider. He waits very, very long with using these shards, and XXS doesn't really dare TPing because he thinks Snowball might be skilled. I think the moment the shards come out, he can actually TP instantly, and he will survive. Kuro can't really throw out a nuke because no real damage has been done, and if he skills the slow, he has no damage. So XXS was able to survive that, but it's a reaction thing. You make the right decision under pressure. Oh, they're going to dive in bottom here. Matumba actually going in.
It's deep. They're following him under the cover of the Firefly.
Force him out of XP range here.
And Liquid just doing their best to control the lanes, both mid and bottom, certainly. going in their favor with these sort of plays. I say that though, OP will move in onto Miracle. Miracle.
Oh, XXS is dead.
Yeah, the snowball connects as GH picks up the level 2, setting up for Liquid to find themselves another kill onto the bat. 2 minutes in, 2 deaths for XXS. It's Tusk certainly proving to be an issue for the Batrider.
Yeah, good early movements here from GH. So 2 quick kills for Liquid. The lanes are still going pretty fine for IG overall. You see OP facing up evenly with Miracle and mid. Burning is clearly out farming the Weaver. That's generally the trade-off you take when you go for kills. You lose a bit of CS. And the Crystal Maiden is a bit of an X-factor in this game. This is the greediest CM opening I think we've seen the whole tournament. He has actually only jungled until level 3.5. And if Maiden can afford to do this, just jungle straight up, she can get levels very, very quickly. And wasn't really needed too much top against this Nature's Prophet, as it looks like. bo3 is a tree.
CM as well.
Mind control song.
Getting off the double stack there in the jungle. So
important for Batrider.
Efficiency will be very nice. Well, one thing though, looking at the drafts that I kind of wonder for Liquid going against IG, do they have enough control to deal with an Ember Spirit and Morphe? It feels like these 2 heroes, if they get past even just a slightly rocky beginning, it's going to be so hard for Liquid to control them. I mean, GH is having a good job of controlling XXS, but these 2 cores, if they get big, how do you lock them down if you're Liquid's lineup? Where's the control?
There's going to be this like maybe 10-minute window where it's difficult for Liquid because they don't have the items, but you can itemize against these cores. The Templar Assassin can go for Bloodthorn, the Nature's Prophet can get a Hex, so you can itemize that way. Even you could see the Visage even getting a big item at some point later on. Actually, Boboka's in a lot of trouble contesting mind control here.
TP's across immediately, pops the mango, rolls in, and secures mind control, the kill in return. Just a bit of an overestimation there really from bo3 as he tried to man fight, but underneath the shrine, Monkey King wasn't what he was when he first came out.
Tusk is a nice hero against Monkey King just because, oh wait a second, Miracle in mid.
Might just get
OP, wait, whoa, who's going to die on this one?
There's a wraparound for KuroKy. KuroKy should secure the kill onto OP, and GH, she's already coming in looking for more. Miracle keeps himself alive at the moment, being with the refraction, does go down, but IG, they've already lost 2. Boboka chases down as well. He'll fall, double kill for mind control. XXS trying to find a trade and will bring down KuroKy. But mind control turning up, picking up a double. Favorable trade. End of the day for Liquid, still 3 for 2. Already 5 minutes in, a lot of action happening.
I like this high-paced play from Liquid, taking advantage of the Tusk's early strength, the Nature's Prophet being able to TP down. Sideblade's doing a lot.
You got to be careful there, OP.
Yep, absolutely. Missing the chains. But where was I? Yeah, so Liquid can itemize to deal with this. Obviously, there will be a time window where where the items aren't online yet, and that's probably what IG will be aiming for, getting their Batrider Blink Dagger and then getting the Ember involved. Morphling might just play super hard carry this game. I wouldn't be surprised to see Burning picking up a Midas as his first main item. We've seen it before. Alternatively, maybe just the standard Linken's opener is also good. Now I remember what I wanted to mention. Tusk is actually really nice as a hero against Monkey King. Monkey King is one of these very mobile heroes, but if you cast Snowball on him, you will always follow him. You can shard him in when he's taking these early game skirmishes, and your Frozen Sigil to try to find him with. In addition, they also have the Treants that they can spawn out of the trees if they see him there, and they have the Swarm, and they have Visage Birds. Maybe a bit too many counters to Monkey King in the same game, I don't know. At least showing a lot of respect to Boboka from a drafting perspective here, Team Liquid. And so far, so good for them. This early game is looking pretty good.
Matsuba-man able to get a fair bit of damage done to this tier 1 on the bottom lane. Already put it down to 50%. And yeah, CS-wise across the board. Miracle and Matsumba in a good spot still. Top's place is reserved for Burning's Morphling, as he's having all the setup to become the Morphling that he wishes to be this time around. Mind control, obviously looking to the side lanes, has been going around with the rotations as we saw towards the mid, so finding experience and gold elsewhere. Of course, that means he's unable to limit what Burning's able to achieve on his own. Safe lane.
It's actually a really good thing to look at here, the discrepancy between the offlaners. It's generally what you pay when Nature's Prophet gets involved, but Mind Control hasn't really felt confident landing top in the first place at all. He's level 4.5, and the Batrider is level 6.5. This is just the Batrider stacking up the jungle a couple times, farming that. Oh, mid lane, OP. A lot of damage here from Miracle.
just have to be careful. Look at GH as well. Really wanting to be primed to go in and try and get the catch.
It's a bit tricky for the Tusk to go on an Ember who's level 6. If there's a Remnant out behind and you start snowballing, you can actually get into a horrible position because the snowball will follow. I think GH now realistically just doesn't try mid. I don't think it's the best lane to look for here. A kill on the Batrider bottom is definitely possible. I would like to see that play out of Liquid where they rotate over the 2 supports bottom, try to kill this Batrider and TP in the Nature's Prophet and then take the tower. The tower is already at 1/3 health, so a Batrider kill should give them that tower. It's either that or they start treating Burning as a hero. I'm a bit surprised that this Morphling's just been completely left alone with 0 contention so far, no rotations, no. And it's not just, you don't have to kill the Morphling, you can at least, you know, show presence in lane so Burning doesn't have this 42 denies.
Yeah.
He's just holding the lane, he doesn't care.
It is interesting that Liquid aren't letting him get away with that much. I mean, we know that Miracle, you know, he himself has been secured a good beginning in the mid lane, and the other day, Liquid had an incredible game where Miracle just driving the entire force and securing a very crucial victory for Liquid.
There comes the play bottom.
XXS being gone on once again this game. We'll have backup this time. OP coming in with a triple remnant. Changes to two. Matuma Man out of there already with the time lapse. Burning turns up to the fight. Gets himself involved in 1 kill. IG, can they find anything else? Q, Panther Nova slow onto Kuroki. Frostbite to follow up and Burning moving in for more action. See if he can burst it down. Waveform forward and Burning with the great rotation will secure IG a very confident team fight win here, picking up 2 kills with his involvement.
IG were super ready for this, and I think the primary... Oh, here we see it mid. He is actually trying to go into the Monkey King, and Monkey King jumped away. GH is in a horrible position right now.
He really is here, but bo3 jumping forward again to make sure the gap could be closed. OP will look to move forward. The drum charges are popped, and IG hitting back very hard. Great fight down bottom, and instant reaction there to an overextension from GH in the mid lane.
And I think the reason IG are so ready for this play bottom is that Liquid took quite a while to set it up. The heroes were missing from the map for a long time, and that's when you're as IG, you're like, okay, they're missing. What is their play? Our Morphling top's fine, they can't kill me. The Ember mid is fine, they can't kill me. So what are Liquid's options? We just need to be ready to counterplay bottom, and we're going to be just fine. And they were.
Will be able to easily jump himself out of the Sprout.
Mind
Springs
control,
pull down. There's the Boundless Strike to make sure there's no successful TP. And IG, here we have it, picking the pace back up after an early stage that looked to be going quite well for Liquid with some good rotations from their side. Now IG themselves proving to have this power that we kind of expected them to have around this 10-minute mark, and using it very nicely. Liquid will still find the space to get that bottom tower. Burning may be getting his farm, but so's Matuma Man, very close behind the Morphling.
And Miracle is getting a lot. We've seen everything from stomping TAs to completely trashed TAs in the games.
And Miracle's at the upper echelon.
Miracle, exactly. They make sure Miracle gets a good game on TA. I think this hero needs it. We saw what can happen if it gets destroyed in lane in the series, I believe that was yesterday, Faceless versus TNC. And Miracle, this time around, at least getting some very good farm. He's currently farming Ancients, double stack.
GH trying to make some space here with the haste rune, and in fact, he's going to make it out. The mana not quite there for Q, as he must have been incredibly close to having it, as he was desperately claritying up. Nice little space created by GH. For 6 at the moment between these two sides.
bo3 is just a moment too late here. He comes over and spots out the Ancients, but Miracle's out of there. I think he got spotted by the Observer Ward that Liquid have in the river as well. So they should have a good idea what Monkey King is up to right now. And bo3 will just head top and get some level and farm here, it looks like. So things are going to quiet down a little bit here. It's very difficult for Team Liquid to make plays right now. I think they need to continue ramping up this farm on Miracle, getting the first item on Mind Control. I am imagining we could see the Orchid come out early. I think it might be the way to go.
It's definitely something they're lacking, yeah, as you mentioned, itemization. And talking about, I don't think I've seen this before, Sin. We've got a Weaver going for a first time in drums.
That's a long time ago that was common. Weaver actually likes getting the int of this item. It's nice to have that little bit of extra mana on Weaver. In extended fights, you actually cast a lot of spells and use a lot of mana. I don't know how big a fan I am, though. I think it slows down the hero a little bit, so it's more of a fighting build, the way I look at it. But I would imagine it's something Matsumaman rather has been experimenting with a bit and has enjoyed having. The extra tankability of it is nice. Weaver is a hero that benefits a lot from just a bit of extra health. That's why you see most players take the 6 strength talent over 30 Shukuchi damage, just because this hero is all about just staying alive and not getting burst down in one go. If you stay alive, you basically have double your health, right, in theory. So, makes a big difference. Top tower is going to fall here. Yep, good split push from Matsumaman.
Getting some good objectives. Mind Control's also able to snipe the courier. And with the Nature's Prophet play.
Burning got the bottom tower. He's getting very rich on this Morphling as well. If Morphling is only 500 gold behind a free farming TA more or less minute 12, it means Morphling is having a great game.
XXS, he's looking to try and find himself a bit of a pick as he goes towards Kuroki. Matsumaman will be there with a rotation. XXS, can he finish off the Visage? He can. Almost certainly will pay for his life though. Matumba finishes him down. Q comes in very deep to try and save him. But bo3 is there with the Wukong's command. He'll get it out, forcing the side of Liquid to back up. They'll trap GH in the party ring. He's out and down. Miracle is towards OPQ though with a big freezing field, bringing the pain down onto Miracle as bo3 finds the double. IG coming in with a very aggressive fight. Matsumaman questioning whether you can punish anyone on the way out. Look to play around a little bit with Q. Can he afford to get himself in and finish it off? He comes in once again, but doesn't want to reveal himself. With the right clicks. OP's low, and in fact, Kuroki, if he lands one of these stuns, he should have it. Good balance strike from bo3 to hold Matsumaman back to shot. Ooh! Won't quite block OP in, so he'll be able to get himself back up to the high ground. The Shrine's there and ready for IG. They will be able to live and get away with a very, very nice aggressive play.
Liquid are getting as much out of it as possible, though. It's a nice play for Mind Control, identifying that he can force this mid tower down into deny range at the very least, if there's just a single hit from Matsu, but for that reason, he doesn't want to do it. They want to get the last hit and not get it denied. But want to point out how nicely set up this fight was from IG. Yes, they lose their Batrider, but the way they baited the Crystal Maiden goes in for the Frostbite, and Liquid are like, oh, there's a Maiden here as well. They're overextending. They turn him. bo3 is just waiting in the trees. Gets out a good Wukong's command. Gets the Boundless.
Oh, he was spotted here. He got the jump off in time. Boundless strike, trying to hold back too, but with the Sprout, bo3 cannot escape. And Liquid will be able to catch out the Monkey King. Those wards doing the job there. Burning.
Absolutely. Burning. Replicate.
Out of there.
See you later. And Linken's is 2 minutes away, probably.
I mean, it's in terms of popping the Linken's for a start and then follow through silence. I mean, there's 3 heroes, I guess, that can build that sort of control. TA eventually, Miracle maybe getting a Bloodthorn as such. You're going to look towards Matsumaman, could always build the same way. Furion as well, but no one's queuing it up yet. It's a long way away. It still really does feel like there's just going to be this window of the game where Burning he's going to be loving life.
Oh, nice meld from Miracle mid. That could have got scary.
With the Desolator now on his plate, actually now just picked up, it's going to get even scarier if it lands the big hits.
I do agree though, Liquid definitely have a problem with these heroes, but at the same time you can also look at, again, I love talking about this glass half empty, half full. You know, there's some problems, there's some strengths. They have a couple of tools to break this Linken's with as well, so it's about being in position. Soul Assumption, very long range nuke that can just take it out. I believe you can just cast the Wrath of Nature on the target just as the primary target of it, then you can also break it with that. It's not the greatest, but maybe the better thing to think about for Liquid is, rather than how do we deal with this Morphling Linken's, is how do we ensure that the game gets played on our terms? Because I still think they're very good at the split push game with their lineup right now, and that they can just look to outnumber by outmaneuvering and forcing IG to port to lanes to defend. Really, in a way, maybe the bigger problem for them, rather than the Linken's, is Replicate. The fact that Burning can show up all the time.
Exactly. There's going to be the split push potential for Burning. There's just global ability to be wherever the lane momentum requires him, and they may just look to kill GH straight up here. But bo3's in the tree line. GH will go with the punch, and Burning is just going to look to bait it out. They don't want to fight under the tower by the looks of it, even with the Monkey King's presence. Just a little bit too wary that Liquid can turn up and turn things around, especially with Mind Control being around and available. Top lane, Matumba and Miracle. Maybe look to see if they can set something up onto XXS, and well, with the trap slow, they're going to make it go. XXS taking huge amounts of damage thanks to the old Deso, and it will be a clean, quick pick here for Matumba and Miracle.
And Liquid's lineup has a lot of physical damage synergy. Meld, the Swarm, probably going to see a Medallion into Crest from the Visage at some point, or the Tusk. Either can get that. And Nature's Prophet likes to go for right-click damage later on into the game, so Liquid definitely has a lot of damage to stack up. All about the control, as we said before. And the game is right now pretty even overall, which I think IG should be fairly happy with. I think they would have liked to take they would have liked to take 1 or 2 more towers than they have. They've only managed to take the bottom tier 1. But the thing is, this early game against Liquid on paper looked like it could get pretty scary with the amount of snowballing that their lineup actually has potential to do. And since that didn't happen, finding this comfort zone for IG where they just get to farm up really hardcore on Burning. We've seen him go for some of the greediest builds of the tournament, this time electing not to go for Midas, which is very unusual for him, kind of.
And it certainly feels like the right choice. If he gets, he's already got good
mid lane.
Because, yeah, mid lane XXS with the jump in. IG look to start the fight. Boundless tries to follow through. GH is going to be taken out first. They're quick and they look to punish. Mind Control will teleport in. Takes down one. Miracle jumps forward. Gets you. They're going to look to triple Remnant through and punish Miracle. And they'll bring down the TA. There'll be a buyback from GH. But Miracle's already down. bo3 controlling the field here with the Wukong's command. Liquid trying to come across with the snowball. The buyback from GH. Managing to turn it into a kill onto bo3, but they're coming back in. IG, OP still standing strong, again with the remnants. Matuma Man has to get himself out of it. Liquid throwing a lot in at that, but again, it's the 2 cores of IG that stay alive. Burning, having no trouble working his way around the fight. And also, of course, OP just able to play so aggressive with these remnants. And not feel like in too much trouble. Good chain stun, but Burning's got the replica out. No Sword of Silence, no further stun control, and Burning is back to base.
bo3 got a little greedy in that fight, in my opinion, staying in his ring for as long as he did. Ended up getting caught off guard by a stun and getting killed when he could have definitely just disengaged there. But at the end of the day, at the same time, it baited in GH and got them a counter kill, so not too big of a deal in that regard. There was a dieback from the Tusk. So GH losing a lot of the progress that he was making towards that Blink Dagger. He was actually up to, I think, 1,200 gold going into that fight. Now he's down to 600. It always sucks when you're playing a support and you lose this much gold at this stage when you're kind of a playmaking type of support. It hurts a lot for GH. And with that in mind, I feel like this is actually a fairly big win for IG, that fight. However, the gold is still looking pretty all right for Liquid, and so is the experience. It's a close game. Right. Very evenly matched teams in this matchup so far.
Matuma Man is certainly going to have the damage stepping up with that Diffusal Blade completion. I mean, between him and Miracle, if they both get on the same target.
Yeah, I love this Diffusal choice against Ember. Yeah, I think it's a great idea here. If you see how the fights develop, just getting rid of Flame Guard, not necessarily to kill the Ember, but just to limit his damage is really nice. It's a secondary, or rather a tertiary way for them to remove Linken's as well. Good item. And a nice kind of item to have against Batrider as well. It just means that if you get any slight opening on Batrider, even if he has Force Staff later, they can kill him from full HP. The Weaver can kind of solo him, actually, if he plays it well.
OP closing in on Blade Mail. We can see that the road to the Bastion for bo3 still a little bit away, but not going to be the slowest of timing. And IG will smoke up and get ready to go again. XXS with the lasso lead-in available.
I think this Liquid Ward saw them. They smoked at the shrine, but I think all of them were in the lower right half. IG have options right now. Where do they want to go? I think realistically trying to find any sort of pick around this mid area and getting that tower would be the best play. Oh, it looks like Miracle might just be
would be the big catch here. XXS spots him out. Jump over Miracle, quick with the meld and the blink out. Very sweet little play from Miracle there. Quick reactions. No time for IG to get any sort of detection down with that meld, refraction, blink out, and now Liquid, they're going to try and fight back. Time lapse out from Matuma Burning. Grave forms forward, GH falling low. There's a big Wukong's command. They're controlling this area. Liquid have to be careful how they fight into it unless they can kill bo3, and they can. They'll pick up a third. Liquid punishing this smoke very heavily from IG. If they can get anything more, Matuma is hunting. OP already back up to the high ground. They'll just look for the safer objectives there. Liquid say we've taken a very convincing fight win into the pit. And all again, that all kind of just transcended of the fact that Miracle was quick with the reactions, playing around, and just catching IG off guard as they didn't get the successful initiation.
That was a very clutch meld. IG probably a bit annoyed here that they didn't bring, maybe with a dust there, he has the reaction time here. He could dust Lasso before Miracle blinks out, perhaps. That's one way. The other way is to have OP closer to the bat, so that if it is the TA they find, they can insta-slide chains, and then Bat Rider will get the Lasso after. The Lasso has a decent cast time, so it is possible for Miracle to get the meld off. The moment Liquid had all of this information, this is a very easy fight for them to take. They know the positioning of the enemy heroes. They get a great swarm out coming from Matumba from the right, and they kind of just run over them from multiple angles there. So very nicely executed fight by Team Liquid. And now they built themselves a bit of an advantage here. That fight was actually a very big swing, the biggest swing of the game. Because it's the first time we have a fight that is this one-sided. I think it was a 3-for-1.
Yep, ended up being. And
a Roche.
Roshan and Aegis. Liquid looking to use this power spike to their advantage as they smoke up. Heading straight into IG's jungle. Q is going to be the one to tank this potentially if they catch him out, but
he actually got away.
Backing away. And unless Matumba wants to chase, Q should be fine. He'll see how much damage Matumba Man can get away with doing. Actually, okay, there we go. Miracle up to the high ground with the DD. One Mel strike to the back, and the CM is down.
He actually didn't get away.
He did not. Miracle, no mercy for the Crystal Maidens of this world.
Yeah, Miracle has the read here that what are the odds that the CM is going to go all the way back into her base and they will have multiple TP support coming in to save her. Very unlikely. Bat Rider was porting in but came in too late. Miracle snipes to get up quickly, and this is a tier 2 as well. Liquid are starting to pick up a lot of steam here. This is going very fast all of a sudden.
XXS wants to get a grab though, jumps in, instant reaction there from Miracle, coming in and giving the Melt Truck is too much, but the massive slide of fist, they've lost the Aegis, Liquid and OP on the backlines, forcing Kurama Matumba away. They'll control Miracle up in the midst of it all, and Miracle's brought down a second time, freezing fill for Q, forcing Liquid to back, IG striking back hard, they've taken down 4, they'll look towards Mind Control, has the Shadow Blade, where's the detection, doesn't look like they've got it, but IG, what a defense. Huge amounts of burst coming through there as they entered into that fight. 2.5k damage coming out from the Ember, equal amount almost from Burning.
E-Blade reveal.
It was just bam, and the heroes were gone.
I don't think they were ready, first of all, for the E-Blade, and secondly, for IG to be set up this quickly. Yeah. That was a very fast defense coming out from IG, and their team fight is obviously really good if they can land all of their spells like this. The Wukong's command from bo3 is really great there. The freezing field from Q doing a lot of damage and control as well. And then, as you said, Ember, the really big hero of that fight, getting a great double remnant on 3 heroes and having a remnant to get back out again. This is important in this fight. Look at when he goes in, double remnants in, takes the fight, saves the defensive remnant. This is a mistake I feel like a lot of Embers make, is that they see, oh, this is a great jump, I'm just all in on the play. It's important he has a remnant here, else he's dead. He's going to go out here. Would have probably been killed off by Matumba and Kuroki there, but disengaging. Maybe he could have played it just on the edge and stayed alive with third, but, you know, end of the day, fight working out nicely here for IG. Now, that's going to blow a bit of the steam out of the game for Liquid. They need to take it easy for a while, and if there's one guy who's happy about that, it's Morphling. He just had a great fight. Absolutely. He's going to get his next. Yasha is coming in here, working toward the Manta style. A good way of dealing with
once
TA.
He has a Manta and a Lincoln's, it's Burning is. It's going to take a mistake from Burning, I feel, at that stage for him to actually die. And as we've seen from Burning this land, he's been making very, very few mistakes, if any.
I feel like Morphling with Manta is one of the best counters to TA in the later portions of the game. It's just, you have so high base attack speed with all your agility. Oh, XXS is dead. Nice pick from Matumba, we talked about with the defusal.
Very,
as long as he
good
just
catch in the back.
Gets in and hits him, he's dead. So they get a pick there. But yeah, what was I getting at? The Morphling, very high attack speed with Manta style, instantly burns through refraction. Even if you have this refraction talent in the late game, Morphling can get rid of this refraction of Templar Assassin through a BKB within a matter of 1 to 2 seconds. So Miracle has to be a bit cautious with his plays on the TA here. Nice to see Liquid take advantage of this pick they get though. The Bat Rider being down is a big deal. Secures them a tier 2. And IG are doing whatever they can to get a trade off here. Gonna use the replicate here, Burning. Send it away and look to get the trade off. And well, speaking of trades, trade into trade into trade. Liquid takes mid. So 2 towers for 1, pick on Bat. Good stuff from them, but it is concerning that they lost that team fight. I feel like that's a very big moment in the game.
It was what, the Aegis team fight, a team fight after you just taken a team fight 3 for 1. You know, Liquid in their minds, they must be feeling great, and then to be hit back down like that, ooh, Matumba. I mean, he's got to be careful. This is a Weaver with a fair bit of HP now, but Burning still into to the edge of death with that burst. Again, just replicating out of there with no difficulty whatsoever. Very close to having the ultimate orb towards the Manta style. We're going to see the first bit of lockdown being built up as Mind Control closes in on an Orchid, and of course we'll look towards the Bloodthorn, and they absolutely need it. They need sources to be able to have a chance of killing Burning or even killing OP on this Ember.
At the same time, we have a big item coming out for OP, getting the Shiva's Guard here on the Ember, almost getting level 20 as well. It's a big talent. Can pick between the 10 armor and the Flame Guard, but Guard Absorb, I would imagine he just takes the 10 armor. Since there's a Diffusal Blade on the enemy team, Flame Guard is not that reliable. It's also not really that good in this game necessarily. It's more the physical damage he needs to worry about.
Definitely.
So getting a 10 armor talent and a Shiva, suddenly you have an Ember with 40 armor. 45 actually. And that is without auras from his team. It's just his own item build. He gets armor from the Veil, he gets armor from Blade Mail and from Shiva.
And XXS, he's found himself a Tusk in the Riverside. IG with another pick-off. 30 seconds down for the Tusk. They'll start to move across, look to see if they can get anything else out of this. Sigil's still up. Will provide the vision for Liquid, so Liquid will be able to avoid being potentially caught out even further. But yeah, Burning with the money ready and done for that Manta. Will be there for the next fight. Matumba going back for the Lincoln Sphere after that Diffusal Drums opening in this build. Something a little different, but the Lincoln certainly still feeling to be a necessity against this huge single target burst of the Morphling, the control from the Bat's Lasso.
Yeah.
But it does feel like it's a bit of a weird build, isn't it, for the Weaver? As you said yourself, it kind of slows down what sometimes Weaver wants to do earlier.
Yeah, I think Matumba, this drum, the way I see it, hasn't really paid off enough. I think he kind of regrets buying it at this point, that he feels like there was a better alternative. If you want some quick HP on Weaver early on, you can go for an Urn. It's a build we've seen Weavers go for in the past. It can be pretty effective. If you want to take this fighting approach, it's in some ways better than the drum to have that Urn, get those charges up, and then build into a Lincoln's or Diffusal. Alternatively, he could have gone for the real Glass Cannon build, where he's just like, okay, I'm going to rely on my mobility and my decision-making early, get a Diffusal, top lane.
See if they can find Baboka.
He actually got out here.
Look at this distance he can create on the Monkey King. Mind Control looks for the vision with the Sprout, but he's already out there with the TP for Baboka. Very, very hard for them to catch.
Did he not see him with the Sprout?
I think he might, but he wouldn't have had anywhere to stop the TP.
Nature's Call? Monkey was in a tree, wasn't he? He could have spawned Treants out of him, and he would have been stunned.
I don't know, would he have had the cast range? He was quite far away.
It looked like he was casting it an animation canceling, so that made me wonder if he actually saw him. Top Miracle is melded. Burning with some good damage. We're already starting to see this is just Manta taking a good chunk out of Miracle, who now has an Orchid, as you were mentioning. Big item coming out. There's no counter yet on OP, but he's already building into Lotus Orb. That's what it's called.
For himself, yeah.
I was about to call it Echo something, because I think, what is it called? Echo Shell?
Echo Shell's the spell component. But yeah, as you mentioned, Lotus Orb, and then suddenly these Orchids, what are they going to do? There's a Manta on one of the cores, there's a Lotus Orb on the other.
He has 57 armor on Ember.
57 armor on Ember.
When he's next to this. And that's just with an Aquila Aura. There's still more armor auras to come for them. No AC, no Vlads. I wonder if they want to buy either of them in this game. Might see Ember.
That is an insane amount of armor.
TA is going to tickle him, actually, and that's absurd. That is absurd, actually.
Top lane Mind Control goes straight for the BKB TP out.
No bash, fortunately for him.
Mid lane XXS grabs the lasso onto Miracle, freezing field, everything being thrown, and that's actually Miracle down for 70 seconds. GH actually throwing his life away as well in the mid lane.
This could be Raxo, like, there's no buyback.
There's no buyback for Miracle.
This is really, really bad for Liquid.
I mean, IG...
Yeah, Mind Control has to just try to cut the wave, because they know how scary it is if Morphling gets to their base.
They're looking for the chase down. 4-man reaction there to the presence of the Nature's Prophet. IG.
Mind Control had to make this play. It was the best play he had. Yes, they're going to lose the Roshan, but at the very least they didn't lose their mid lane or Rax. If he doesn't cut the wave, that lane's gone. Morphling pushes extremely fast when he doesn't need to be scared of anything, playing on max agility using the Manta. They're going to get the Roshan instead. I wonder if they're going to give it to Burning. I feel like it might be better to put it on the Ember, but Ember looks like, no, let's give it to Burning, I guess. Ember top. I don't see Burning dying.
I really don't. It's something we mentioned straight from the off this game, and it's playing out like that. Burning may very well finish this game without a single death to his name at this rate. 5-0-8. He's going to be able to pick himself up a free tier 1 at the top. On top of the Manta and E-Blade, he's well into the funds for building towards the Skadi. So many stats, so many ways of getting himself in and out of the fights, and not a lot that Liquid have to punish that.
That's going to be 2 towers as well. IG just claimed like the biggest bounty in this short moment of time. They got the biggest kill on the map. They got Roche, they got top tier 1, they got top tier 2. They now have an Aegis to push with. And as far as the gold goes, it still looks like an even game. It just doesn't feel that way. I feel like IG are massively far ahead in this game right now. And the problem, in a way, is just that Liquid's gold and the itemization, they have so many problems that their items don't feel like they pack the same punch.
No, and it's the fact as well that
way more.
Your second highest on Liquid is Mind Control, which is great, but that's because Matuma Man's falling behind. He's still not anywhere near the place he wants to be in terms of farm on this Weaver. 32 minutes in, Diffusal and Drums, and the Lincolns. He's just not that scary at all.
No, he really isn't.
And now he's looking for the BKB because I guess he feels like he likes to, but this is a Weaver that's having to buy Lincolns and the BKB. At that point, I mean, he's going to be able to keep himself alive for a bit, but still it feels like he's only going to be tickling, especially this Ember Spirit with a bajillion armor.
Yeah, Morphling isn't shy of any armor either. He has 31. It's scary stuff. Nice play by Mind Control there, by the way. I'm pretty sure we did get that on camera. Instant Orchid on the Bat Rider so we could TP out. Bat Rider sitting without a BKB now, so couldn't get the lasso on Mind Control fast enough. Did escape. But Liquid have got to feel like this game is slipping away from them. Question is if they ever really had it in their control. It looked good for a moment, but it seems like after they lost that mid-tier 2 fight where they lost the Aegis, nothing good has happened in the game. Kind of. Not a single good thing has happened for them.
What's their plan? It will be time to smoke. Liquid desperately needing something big from this one.
Yeah, there is actually nothing good that's happened. There's only red dots for the last 10 minutes on the net worth graph. Every single kill or tower or objective, all of it, IG.
They need something juicy. Maybe they could get OP. They'll jump in. He does have the Lotus Orb to remove one of the silences. There we go, and he's out. Just like that, the Lotus Orb paying off immediately, and immediate smoke in reaction from IG. Liquid have to be so scared and careful now.
OP took 300 damage. He took 300 damage there on, and I think there was a Meld Strike involved in that. That was part of it. This is a TA that likes to one-shot or two-shot supports at this stage. I mean, great, he can definitely kill Q if he gets through the Ghost Scepter. But
Matuma Man will dispel the smoke. No detection lay down straight away. Matuma's already managed to get himself away.
Nice play
Vision for the first catch. Shiva's Guard will connect onto Miracle, and there's the lasso. The follow-up burning, just blowing up Miracle. 80 seconds down, and this game, as we've been saying...
there is a creep mid. They need to keep it alive here, IG, to keep this push going. It did die.
Well, they've got another wave coming in. I mean, they almost certainly are going to have a very good chance of pushing out this buyback. Yeah, the pressure's going to be there. There's the first silence. OP again, just Lotus Orbs it off. He's A-okay. Mind Control forced to put the BKB as Burning comes in with the combo. And IG just stand their ground, hitting onto the tier 3s. Where is the defense from Liquid? Miracle still holding on to that buyback. It looks like they may just take the decision to sack this middle lane of Rax here.
They're going to lose 2 lanes if they don't buy back. They already used Matuma Man, or rather Mind Control's BKB. They used the Nature's Wrath. Actually, there wasn't raiding.
He's going to roll in, but he's just going to get ripped to pieces straight away. This is Liquid just falling apart by the looks of it for the time being. That's Mind Control down for 70 seconds. He's got no buyback. OP holds back too with the chains on the front lines as well, just blade mailing. Liquid just can't put a dent into IG's armor at this stage of the game. They'll move to the second set of Rack. There's the Boundless Strike onto Matuma Man, getting blown up as well from Burning. This Morphling's just too fat, too strong. IG just looking a step ahead in the draft, a step ahead in the play. The itemization as well so far this game has just countered everything that Liquid's tried to do. They'll go for a snowball on Burning, but he's already replicated out, dragging GH into an awkward position. OP just turns around with the slide change. Remnant in, and that's the second one out. Lasso's there to follow through onto Miracle. Boundless Strike onto 2, catching Matuma as well. The chains is there to follow up, and Liquid, they are just getting torn a new one sin. This is absolutely brutal from IG. Relentless slaughter as they find Miracle again, force the GG out of Liquid. Oh my goodness, and IG They are looking incredible this morning. That was just next level on all accounts.
That was such a strange defense to watch. They're 4 on 5. They have 50 seconds on Miracle that they need to defend their tower for. They use the Glyph, they use their BKB on Nature's Prophet, they keep trying to defend. What ends up happening is they don't want to buy back Miracle. What did they say? What did they trade for keeping Miracle from